Hey, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at the Reboot van. Found this at Target for $39.99 and I have been so anxious for this thing since I heard about it last spring that it's kind of weird that it's finally here. So anyway, the new packaging, wide open, touch things, whatever, has some demo stuff, tells you how to do things. You can see that Reboot version of Jonesy is back here. We'll flip this box around and take a quick peek at the back of it. Up at the top left, it says, "Become the hero your team needs." Over on the top right, it says, "Recruit Jonesy. No outfit, no problem." At the bottom left, it shows you some of the features of the Reboot van. At the bottom right is the cross sale. We've now seen all of these items. I sure hope there's something like the taxi still coming out. Alright, as fun as this is to look at it, let's get this thing out of the box and take a deeper dive look into it. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe so you'll be notified of future videos. If you want to help the channel out and you play Fortnite, please feel free to add my creator code to your Epic account. It's MacDowin. We got the Reboot van out of the box, and I'm going to show you a few of the things it comes with before we get to the van itself. First off is the instruction manual. There's a front and there is a back. Next, we have Reboot Jonesy, which I'll probably call him from now on, and a Reboot Card. Let's take a peek at these two first before the van. So we get this really cool little accessory, a Reboot Card, and you've got this side of it, we'll flip it around, and you've got this side of it. So one side seems to be painted, one side seems to be unpainted, but it's really cool. This is one of these little cool accessories that just really adds to the world building of this Fortnite action figure line. Then we have Reboot Jonesy himself, and he is completely, if you can't tell, transparent. I don't think I need to show you, or I don't think I need to put a light behind him to show you how transparent he is. This is a really cool looking figure. If nothing else, you can see through the figure and see how it's designed if you're into that kind of thing. And it's a different type of a figure than we're used to seeing. So I think this is a pretty cool figure, just for the uniqueness of it. It's an exact, can you call this a repaint? I don't think you can call this a repaint. This is a new cast of this exact same Recruit Jonesy that came with the battle bus. It was just cast in this translucent blue. So anyway, yeah, the head rotates around just fine. It's fully functional head up and down just fine. Arms rotate around, shoulders hinge. The elbows rotate and hinge just fine. The wrists rotate and hinge just fine. They both do. He's got the nice little torso wiggle. He rotates at the waist, but you have to grab that waist and move it. If you want him to do the splits, he can take his legs up that far. He's got the thigh rotation, double pin at the knee, and an ankle rotation and hinge. So he's a fully functional action figure. You can do the same things with an action figure. Unfortunately, it looks like my camera is displaying this just a little bit bluer than what it is in person, and that's probably a mixture of lights, and I would say that this is more of a sea green or sea blue, tealish. It's just, I wish I could get my camera to sometimes give you the accurate colors, but what you're seeing is just a little bit bluer than what you're going to see. It's much, yeah, it's a different color blue, but it's probably the lights that are doing this. So if you see a different color in the store, that's the one you're seeing. This is an inaccurate color representation, so I apologize for that. But this is a really neat figure. I just like this. There's a little bit of odd black paint back here, a little splotch. I know this makes you think of Caribbean waters. That's the color he makes me think of. Caribbean waters. Whatever. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, let's be done with that. Actually, real quick, before we be done with that, even though usually someone who needs to be rebooted doesn't hold on to the Reboot Card, this is a good representation that, yep, they can hold on to that card pretty good until you knock it out of their hand. All right, let's take a look and get involved with the Reboot van. Here we have the Reboot van, and it is currently in Try Me or Demo mode, and I had forgotten that a lot of these types of vehicles come in a demo mode so they don't waste the batteries while they're sitting there on the shelf. So in demo mode, you can go up to the package and push this button. Well, And it was really hard to see, but it lit up the top here. I may have to adjust my camera. But you can... That was a long sound. Yeah, let me try to adjust my camera up a little bit. I have to be careful because I do have a mic up here. So anyway, this is a button in Try Me mode. We'll flip this upside down for a moment, and here's the button here. You can flip it off, or you can flip it on. When you turn it on, it does that. I'm going to flip my lights off for a second so you can see the light. And there went the light. So anyway, but when it's on, that button doesn't work anymore. And I think that's by design. I've put a couple different levels of charged batteries in there, and I can't get it to work. So I think in demo mode, this is the representation of the noise that you can hear. But when you've got you're in on mode, then it all happens up here, not here. So I don't know. It does roll back and forth. It's got wheels. That's kind of cool. I was sure hoping we'd have a Reboot van that we could drive around and put figures in. Unfortunately, we can't put any figures in it. Well, for one, they've designed it to make it look like the battle bus a little bit. I mean, it does look like in-game. So the doors are blocked on both sides, as you can see right there. One of the features, though, is there's a button up here, and you press it, and it pops down the front. And as you can see, there are no seats in there. But it can act as a storage for action figures or accessories or whatever. So this just flips back and forth. Well, why would you need that? Well, the action feature is that this on top lowers down, and then you can put the figure in on top of it, and then it reboots him up to the top. It's a really cool play feature idea. How well does it work? I don't know, but I'm guessing people at Jazwares have played around with it enough to know that it either works or it doesn't work. So bear with me. I'm going to see if I can't try and do this on camera. It's a little bit of an awkward position, and you're going to hear some noises as I try this feature out. And I've got bigger hands than some people, so getting him in there might be a little bit of a challenge. We'll see. So you push this down. Now it's inside. Whoa. So maybe we're going to have to drop him in like this. Actually, where are the pegs? The pegs are, oh, they're near the front. I was trying to put it near the heel. We may end up only being able to put it on 1 foot. Yeah, it's kind of difficult for me to see in there in the darkness. There, I think he's on. I think he's off. It makes some cool noises, doesn't it? Yeah, trying to figure out exactly where that peg is. I'm sure somebody with much smaller hands than me could probably do this quite well. But I'd be curious to know, you know, adults do, larger hand people do design these things and have to play test them. So I would be curious to know how well larger handed people... Okay, so one of the problems I'm seeing, and you can't see it very well, is that reboot stand is at an angle. So if I try to put it in this way, the lower side is facing me, and so the back side keeps getting stuck. And that's why I can't reach all the way back to that one, I don't think. Okay, so we're going to try it without it. We're going to see if this will work without him on the pegs. So I'll raise the camera up, and I'll scoot this all the way back. Make sure this is fully in focus. Now back here you'll see a red button. What you do is you push this down and he should pop up. I think we rebooted him. I think we rebooted him. We booted him out. Now, they did say, there was a mention that if it doesn't work to do that, you could reach under here and hold this up and attach him. Oh man, that's actually really tight. That's probably why I couldn't do it. Oh man. I'm gonna break his leg. The pegs don't go in the hole. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna work on this off camera. All right, we're back. And yes, I definitely had to do that off camera. Trying to get the footholes onto those pegs was very, very difficult. I had to really hold it tight to me and push that on. I don't know if all the figures are going to be that tight, but this one certainly was that tight. But he is on the pegs, and I did have to hook them on the top and keep my hand on the inside. So, interesting. But let's see. So now, wonder if I turn off like one light. I want you to be able to see the lights. Maybe we'll try it two different ways. I'll flip the lights off, then we'll reboot him. You ready? Here we go. Didn't work quite as well as I was hoping it would, but you kind of get the idea of what the lights and sound do. And you can see, yeah, he is definitely attached here. We can drop him back in again, and we could do it one more time so you could actually see it. And he's been rebooted. So, I don't know, I haven't looked around this too much. It'd be cool if there was a place you could actually tuck the card in. But I don't see any place. We'll lower the camera again. This is definitely a multi-camera shot here. I'm looking around and I don't see anywhere that you can tuck a card in. So it may just be an accessory for the sake of an accessory, which is cool. It's still a cool, I like the accessory. It's a great accessory. So yeah, that's, oh, he's popping off. And there we go. And this will hook up here, so you want to be careful. If you put too much weight on there, it will drop. I think it's time to turn you off now. But as I mentioned earlier, the button won't work when it's in on mode. So yeah, it's really cool. I keep wanting to pull this off. You gotta push the button. I think it is really pretty cool that you can, if you need a place for figure storage, you can just dump the figures right in there. I think that's a pretty neat little addition to this. As much as I'd really like to have been able to have figures that we can put in there and drive the van around, you know, in the game you never drive this thing, so I think it's pretty appropriate that it's this way. Maybe one day we'll get a drivable reboot van, maybe. I don't know. I would like that. I think that'd be really cool. So I think that's about it. There's really not much more to this than that. It's really cool. It's going to add so much. You know, we're getting to the point where all you toy photographers out there, and I'm talking about everybody who has a camera and has some of these Fortnite figures, we're getting to the point where you can create some really cool scenes with these Fortnite stuff. We've got reboot cards, we have reboot vans, we've got whiplashes, we have battle buses, we have so many, we have henchmen, ammo chests, loot chests. We have so many things that you can create an atmosphere from. We're getting to a really cool point with this toy line where we're getting some neat stuff. Now if we could just get some things like shield potions for the 4-inch size, or chug splashes, or some of these other little accessories in game that may not be the standard skin or harvesting tool or back bling. If we could get all these other little cool accessories like this reboot card, this is really a cool accessory. I find this to be one of the best accessories we're getting so far, just because it adds so much to playtime and to photography and displaying. It's really cool. All right, so I think I'm done. I think you get the idea. I really like this. It looks like I've got some missing paint. I got some splotches of black on the side view mirror. I don't know if that's supposed to be there. Anyway, so what do you think about this? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And before you check out of here, why don't you stop by the mud flap video that I did for yesterday, just in case you missed it. It's a very fun RC truck. So anyway, thank you for stopping by and watching. Please like this video and share it everywhere. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next video.